What's up, everybody? Hey, Tom Laird here, host of the Advice from a Call Center Geek podcast and founder of Expivia. For exceptional contact center outsourcing, trust Expivia. We're fully AI-driven, as all of you know, and can handle voice, email, chat, and all of your digital channels. Our 600-seat USA contact center is expert in healthcare, financial services, insurance, tech support, retail, and more. Experts on the NICE CX1 platform, we ensure seamless customer experiences. DM me or visit expiviausa.com for more. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Advice from a Call Center Geek, kind of Thanksgiving style. My name is Tom Laird, CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing. Expivia is a 500-seat, growing to 600-seat call center outsourcer located here in Erie, Pennsylvania. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing well. We are about 1 week to the day, as I'm recording this on the 18th before Thanksgiving 2021. So kind of a cool time of year, right? I think that there's a kind of a nice vibe in the office. There's a nice vibe kind of on our Slack and kind of with just how everybody's feeling. You know, Thanksgiving, for me, I think Halloween kind of kicks off the holiday feel, because Thanksgiving, everybody's preparing, and my wife is crazy about Christmas. So last weekend, we got all of our tree and everything up. Just a real quick story too, I'm putting a pool in at my house, and it's been delayed with all of the supply issues, and I got no liner in. I got just a giant mess. So the contractor, one of the other things he does is he does Christmas lights. So he was kind of nice enough, felt bad of the delays, and I got an awesome kind of classy white light Christmas display and lights at my house. So I'm kind of in the mood. Because I'm in the mood, I want to talk to you guys, and I think I was going to do this for next week's podcast, but I think I want to do it today so that maybe you can prepare a little bit for next week. And I want to talk about kind of the holidays with agents, engaging your reps, some things that I like to do and have done in the past. Talk about, too, if you do give your reps bonuses, right? There's a lot of different structures and ways to kind of give those out. You know, I don't have the end-all book on that, but I can just kind of give you some guidance as to what I have seen that's worked in my centers. And actually just had a group of, not contact center, but just business owners yesterday. We kind of had a little, group meeting, and we talked about some of these things. And I think some of them kind of relate to the contact center environment too, and bonus structure and kind of, I don't know, making people feel really cool and good, and your employees feel good around the holidays. So, all right, let's get into this. I want to talk about a couple of the kind of, I think, fun, motivational, Thanksgiving themed things that I like to do to engage with associates during this time of year, which I think is kind of a special time of year. The first thing I want to say is none of you, and this is most contact centers, are not utilizing social media for your agents and for the engagement and for the culture of your agents enough. I mean, think about what you have. I mean, I know there's some of you on here that are listening that have 10 or 5 agents. There's others of you that have hundreds or maybe thousands of agents, right? And that's kind of a captive audience for you to be able to utilize and to be able to kind of get the word out, right, on some of the really cool things that you're doing. So here's some of the things. I just go out, and I do this probably 3 to 4 times a year, but I just did it the other day, and just basically asked all of my employees, which is the majority of them are call center associates, if they can just go on their social media and just don't talk about jobs openings, don't talk about anything else other than kind of just something nice about Expivia, right? Again, I'm not forcing you to do it, but if you can just at Expivia say something nice about the organization, say something nice that you like, the reach of that is crazy, right? Especially when you have hundreds of people all doing that. And then what I'll do is I'll randomly, or, I say randomly, but normally I pick something that kind of resonates with me, and I'll throw like a $50 or $100 Amazon gift card to that employee. Most of the time I won't even say anything. Just, hey, thanks for the kind words, and that will get out anyway. You guys know the call center world, right? One rep knows one thing. It's going to get to everybody. So I like to utilize social media a lot. I like to utilize it more around the holidays because I think people are they're in a better mood. Now, again, if you have some real issues going on in your center, maybe you don't want to do that, but it's something to think about. The other really cool thing that kind of goes with social media and really with Facebook specifically is I love to do, and I'm going to do it, I told the reps starting on Monday, we're going to do another Thanksgiving motivation on our Facebook page. And basically, it kind of takes the same theme that I did with that social media, but kind of just focuses it directly on our page. And what we do is just basically say, hey, say one thing that you like about a person, someone who's helped you, someone that you're thankful for here at Expivia. And, a lot of times this grows into a conversation, which is cool. So, maybe Susie helped Jim do something. And then, a couple other reps will say, you know what, Supervisor Susie helped me with that too. She's amazing. And it just kind of grows and gets just really positive. And normally there's more comments than even employees because people are posting multiple times and kind of getting into that conversation of how they were helped or some really cool things. So for us, it's really interesting for me to kind of, I don't want to say organically, but it grows organically, but I kind of, set a seed, right, to be able to grow. And then organically the reps and the employees just kind of take it. And again, I do $300 motivations as well. So if I see, any type of really cool comment, something that sticks out to me, we throw them a $100 gift card to Amazon. And by the way, Amazon gift cards are just so easy. Like I just go into our corporate account, literally just put their email address in and it sends it to them. So that's kind of been a work from home blessing for sure. The other thing that I think is really cool, and I have not done this yet, but I was talking to a bunch of my, again, at that little meeting of Erie CEOs yesterday. And I don't know why I don't do this, but every single person and every single leader that wrote out a handwritten Christmas card or birthday card, they said the amount of positivity and the amount of feedback that they got on those was amazing. And I think that's something that I'm going to look to do here for Christmas is kind of just do a quick handwritten, one sentence. Again, it's 500 of them, right? It's a lot, but I think that shows again that you care, right? And I can take the time. And I think next year I'm going to do birthdays, right? So not have to do all of them at once, but to do a handwritten birthday card to each associate, I think is important, and I think it does show that you care. And I think it's just something that's can be a little bit unique. Speaking of unique, you guys are going to think I'm nuts, and most of the people here think I'm crazy. But we have a bunch of books, over 900 books coming in from Gary Vaynerchuk, which is a kind of a social media leader, business thought leader, and he has a new book called 12 and a Half. And it's basically talking about soft skills, meaning like gratitude, kindness, empathy, tenacity, those types of skills that really maybe sometimes are underplayed in a business environment, and especially in a contact center environment when we talk about kindness and gratitude and empathy and those kind of core principles. I'm going to have 976 of these because there's a couple NFTs that are associated with this. You guys know how I'm into NFTs, and every 12 books that we bought, we get an NFT. But also, this is, I think, a really important book for my employees, for future employees, for gifts for some of the other clients that we have. I promise you, there's about 4 of you that I asked on LinkedIn if anybody wants a book. I'll shoot it to you. I had 4 or 5 people send me their email address and then their physical address. And I'll get those out next week. But anybody who's listening here, I got a ton of books. So if you would like a copy of this for free, hook me up on LinkedIn and just DM me your address. I'm more than happy to shoot those off. But one of the things that we're going to do is we're putting in just $20 grocery cards, right? So we have a Wegmans here. Wegmans is kind of big in my area in the northwestern PA and western New York. And it's a grocery store. And so we're just putting, just $20 gift cards into each of those, into the books. And we're going to hand the book out to each of the reps as kind of just a Thanksgiving thank you. So I think there's something there, more than that maybe you can apply to your business as well. But I know some of you guys do turkeys or things to, kind of help make Thanksgiving a little bit, more doable for some people. So I think it's a really cool thing. And it's a time of year when a lot of that can kind of come through. The other thing I think is you can kind of capitalize on the holidays, right? With the types of calls and focus on specific types of things. So we just talked about, this Gary Vee book and the words empathy and the words kindness. What are some of the cultural things in your contact center that you try to get across to your customers when they call in? Are you more focused on kindness? Are you more focused again on empathy? Are you more focused on fixing problems? Are you more focused on speed? What are the main key things? And I think especially if you're looking on a customer service side, you can do things like, hey, this week, guys, the week before Thanksgiving, we're going to have our QA, if they hear any rep that goes out of their way to be kind to a customer, that really, really shows that empathetic kind of personality of our culture. But that customer really feels like that rep was being kind, it was genuine, then we're gonna give them a $25 gift card, $10, $50, whatever. They're gonna be part of our motivation. Maybe their name gets thrown into a drawing. Capitalize Christmas, capitalize on Thanksgiving to do some of the trainings that you can do out all through the year, but maybe they don't resonate as much because you can't really tag it to a holiday. I think you can use these holidays, to benefit your contact center, to benefit the way that your employees treat each other, the way that your employees treat the customers on the phone, and you can do some motivations with that as well, which I think is something that I think can be very helpful, and it's kind of, again, it's a cool time of year, so you can capitalize and really change people's personalities a little bit. All right, let's talk about bonuses and bonus structure. I get this question a lot, right? And what do we do for all of our employees from a bonus standpoint? Do we do bonuses, and how does that work? So for us, I do a flat kind of structure to all of the reps, right? And I believe last year we did a $150 bonus to all of the reps, and I believe we did a $300 bonus to all of the supervisors. The other thing that we did as well, because you got to take taxes out of this, is I did a little bit more. I wanted them to get $150, so I believe it was like $172 actually is what we had to do so that they netted out $150. We tried to do a different, like just a separate check. Now, granted, if you do ACH or direct deposit, that's going to go directly into their account, but I still think it should be separate so they see a different line item, right? So that they know that they got something. When it comes to the office people, the managers, for me, I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, but I kind of just willy-nilly it, kind of, I guess. I look at where we are from an EBITDA standpoint, from a profit standpoint, and I try to be fair to the people that really have done the job, right? I'm just kind of, I don't want to say figurehead. I think I do a little bit more than that. But these guys are on the front lines with the associates, training, grinding every day, and they deserve, to take part in if the organization is doing well. So I try to do that and be as fair as I can. There's a lot of organizations out there when it comes to the associates or, kind of the on-floor reps that do a little bit of a formula. I just think it gets confusing unless you're kind of used to it. But again, a formula based on certain things like attendance, right? They basically say, things like if your 12-week average is over 37.5, you get $200. If it's 33 to 35, you get this, you get that. But again, for me, I think it's almost like penalizing people during the holidays, right? Like, again, shaming them because they didn't have hours. And I don't know if that's the right time of year or the right place to do that for me personally, but I get it. The other thing that people do on the other side is kind of have a formula for longevity, right? So maybe your base bonus is $300, and every year that you've been with the organization, it's another $10 or $25 or $50 or something like that, right? So again, I don't know how helpful that is, but that's just some of my thoughts on kind of where the bonus structure is. But I think the main gist of this again is take advantage of the holidays. Take advantage of trying to get some of those core soft skill principles into your associates. Do some motivations with it. Utilize your social media more. And I think you can have a really, really exciting, fun, joyous, thankful holiday season with the associates, and that does it does a lot to kind of jumpstart you going into to 2022, right? If you can kind of change maybe some of the negativity that has happened in your center, this is the time of the year to do it. And there's a lot of different tools to utilize from a creativity standpoint, from an empathetic standpoint, from an engagement standpoint that I think can help you and your associates have an awesome Thanksgiving, Christmas season and heading into, I can't believe I'm saying it, 2022. So thanks, guys. I appreciate all of you. We will talk next week.